Hey guys, Dominic here, Movie Man 2117, and today we're reviewing The Hit List. This film stars Cuba Gooding Jr., which honestly, this is the first film I've seen him in a while, and I don't know why. It's like, whatever happened to this guy? He starred in films like Pearl Harbor and Jerry Maguire, which I believe won him an Oscar, if I'm not mistaken, which I don't think I am. And now he just kind of disappeared off the map. But like, he played in a lot of good films. Played in Radio. And it's just like, whatever happened to this guy? I remember seeing Radio in theaters with a buddy of mine I grew up with years ago. And was like, hey dude, this guy's a good actor. Now whatever happened to him? Now he's playing in the film The Hit List. This movie didn't just come out. It is a newer film though. It came out, I believe, a few months ago. Like 2 or 3 months ago. I actually found this in the $5. I'd been at Walmart, and I didn't realize, I mean, I know it was $5 because it had the value sticker on there, but wow, this movie, like, I felt, it's kind of soon to be at $5, but yes, it's a low budget film. But honestly, I just realized when I was looking at when the trailer started for it, this film was put out by Stage 6. Now, personally, I'm not a fan of their productions. I feel that Stage 6 usually does not put out good films. This film, on the other hand, is a little different, but we're going to put this aside real quick and just do this. Stage 6, I feel, now don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say they're a terrible production company, I just try to stay away from their films. Simply, if you've ever seen Street Kings or SWAT, you know they're great films. Any of those films are put out by Stage 6. But Stage 6, for some odd reason, decided to put out SWAT, Firefight, and Street Kings 2. And this is my one big argument with that. Both sequels, Street Kings 2 and SWAT, Firefight, both put out by Stage 6, in my opinion, were not good sequels. And they were nowhere near as good as the originals. Now, if you ever seen the film Deadly Impact, which is a low budget film put out by Stage 6, I actually that film a while ago. I rented it from Blockbusters. This was when I see it when the store of my house. I see it all the time, like on a daily basis. I rented Deadly Impact. Thought it was a pretty good movie. Not the greatest movie I've ever seen, but it was a cool film. And maybe 8 months passed, SWAT Firefight comes out. I rented that one from Netflix because Blockbusters closed up like 2 months before this. So I had Netflix. Well, I had really no choice. So I had Netflix, and I rented SWAT Firefight. And I kid you not, SWAT Firefight had the same exact ending as Deadly Impact. It's like, why would you just pretty much reuse the story? It's like you make a film 8 months prior with the same exact ending as SWAT Firefight. Not only is it wrong to make another movie and use the same exact ending pretty much, but to make a sequel to a really good movie. SWAT had its parts, but I mean, it had Colin Farrell, Samuel Jackson. I mean, these are great actors, and Colin Farrell's still a great actor. I mean, he kind of like zoned out for a while there, because he was like, he still is a great actor, but he kind of like went off there for a while. He wasn't really there for a while. He played a lot of films and just kind of disappeared, stopped acting, I think, for a while. I haven't seen anything. And then all of a sudden now he's in a lot of stuff like Horrible Bosses, Fright Night. And don't get me wrong, I like him a lot in Fright Night remake and Horrible Bosses. Great actor. But he played in SWAT. And then they make the sequels, and I just feel like they were terrible sequels. But this is one of those films that, I mean, honestly, if I realized Stage 6 made it, which I don't know, I actually just figured this out, but I know it was low budget. I didn't know it was about Stage 6. Probably still have bought it because it was only $5. It was in the $5 bin, and I've been wanting to see this because ever since I seen the trailers, I'm like, I want to see it. It looked like a cool film. I really like Cuba Gooding Jr., so I was like, I want to see this movie. $5, But I did get this one. And actually, I was being about it. I seen this in the $5 bin before, and I was being about it. I was seeing it because I didn't know if it was actually supposed to be there. Sometimes people just throw stuff in there. But then I was like, you know what? And I realized it was actually supposed to be there. And I'm like, I'm going to get it for $5. Now on to the actual review and a little less of the whole off-topic type Stage 6 thing. It's about Cuba Gooding Jr., who is pretty much works for the government as some type of agent, like secret agent or whatever. And then, sorry about that. That's kind of bad when you drop in the review, but he works for the government. He finds out he's sick, and then he goes to Seattle or something. Alan Campbell, who's played by Cole Hessler, is in this bar where he meets Cuba Gooding Jr. And he pretty much just got screwed out of a position he thought he was supposed to get. He finds out his best friend was having an affair with his wife. You know, he's having a really terrible day. He went to the bar, had a few drinks. He meets Cuba Gooding character. They become friends. And, you know, and he doesn't believe what he does for a living when he says, you know, it's just really, I don't want to get too much away, but pretty much he meets Cuba Jr. at a bar. He tells him, you know, write down 5 names, people you don't want dead, and I'm making it happen pretty much. He thinks it's a joke, and he thinks he's being funny. He writes down 5 names. And then he realizes that he wasn't joking. He really, you know. And actually, this film is really good. It's kind of like, film reminds me like Collateral. You know, if you ever seen the film Collateral with Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx. Sorry, a little blank for a sec. A little tired. With Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx, Collateral. Similar to that movie, but not exactly. Collateral is a little different if you've seen it. That's more about a guy who hires a taxi driver to take him around what he does. He has to do these hits, these 5 or 6 hits. And it reminds me of the film. Not exactly the same, but it reminds me of it. It has a similar feel, but it's a totally different story. Well, not totally different. It has a good feel to it, but it's a totally different moral to it. This was actually a really good movie. I thought the acting in it was actually rather well. Usually you don't see the greatest acting in the film, you know, in films where they're very, very low budget. And you could say what low budget was. A few scenes where, like, people got shot, you see the blood in the wall. And the one time it looked like it was dry. And it was like, not even 20 seconds in the movie, or in reality, went by. It was like the blood was dry. It was like, boom, he shot him, blow on the wall, it was automatically dry. It looked kind of like it was previously put there. I don't know, the special effects were kind of, not really special effects as much as the cinematography, but I don't know, it's kind of hard. There's a few scenes here and there where I just felt like it wasn't the best, where it kind of showed the low budget, really kind of showed in there. But overall, it was a really good film. I had to give the movie 8.5 out of 10 stars at least, because yes, there was a few doubts. I mean, I'm going to give it 9 out of 10 stars. 9 out of 10 stars simply because the dialogue was rather well. There are a few scenes where it could have been better. The direction overall was very well. I really like the acting. I thought Cuba Gooding Jr. did a great job in this film, and I just wish he did more films. And I think this film, if it was a big budget picture, or was made by a bigger studio, I feel like it could have added a few more things, you know, to really top it off. Cause it had a lot of, it is an action movie in some scenes. I feel like it could have been a tiny bit better of an action movie if it had a bigger budget. But I don't know if that would have ruined the storyline. So overall, I have to give it a 9 out of 10 stars. So I really like the storyline. I feel like it's one of those films where I really like. I just hope Stage 6 doesn't put out another movie shortly, or already has put a movie I haven't seen yet. Which I don't think so, because usually they put I was watching the previews, I didn't see anything like this movie. But, well, actually, SWAT Firefight was nothing like, well, okay, it was almost nothing. Okay, well, it was actually really similar to Deadly Impact, and had the same exact ending. I'm just hoping Stage 6 doesn't rip this movie off and make another movie of the same exact thing. Because that would just be wrong. But this is a really cool film. I'm stuck between an 8.5 and a 9. I know I already said 9, but it was just... A 9 seems high for it, but it really is worth it. So I'm just going to say, I'm going to do 9 out of 10 stars, and as always, thanks for watching. Please leave comments below. Like the video, subscribe. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time.